linear equation. So linear equation is always given in form of y is equal to a plus bx. Y is equal to a plus bx. So this is the form of linear equation. So application number 1, we can apply it in analysis of demand and supply. 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 Analysis of demand and supply, whereby you say a demand refer to the quantity, demand refer to the quantity, demand refer to the quantity that customer are willing and able to buy at a particular price. Demand refer to the quantity that customer are willing and able to buy at a particular price. As a price increases, the quantity demanded decreases. As price increases, the quantity demanded decreases. Supply is number of units. Supply is number of units that supplier are willing and able to sell at a given price. Supply is number of units that suppliers are willing and able to sell at a given price. As the price increases, the quantity supplied increases. As the price increases, the quantity supplied increases. This can be illustrated by the following. This can be illustrated by the following equation, whereby in demand, quantity demanded always given by A minus BQ, A minus BQ. So this is the price of quantity demanded. Price of the quantity demanded is always given by BA minus BQ, whereby if the price increases, then there will be effect on the quantity supply will reduce. Quantity supplied will reduce. Hapo iko sawa? Or quantity demanded. Sahi wanasema unga ilikuwa 100, okay? You find that you could afford maybe to buy like 5 bags of this at this price, but now price imefika 200, mtu anauza 210, 200. So you'll find that as the price increases, the quantity that demanded will always do what? Reduce. That's why we are putting here negative. This is the equation for demand. This is the equation for demand. While for supply, we said as the price increases, supply do what? Supply increases, or quantity increases. So this is for demand. You write this equation and we get there this for demand. And this one is for supply. Supply. Tuko pamoja? It's just illustration of the statement we have written, okay? As the price increases in respect to the quantity, then the supply price increase will also cause to increase in quantity supplied. Hapo tuko sawa? Yeah. Then the point at which demand is equal to supply is called what? Equilibrium. The point at which you are writing, the point at which supply is equal to the demand is called equilibrium. Equilibrium. So you can draw that sketch. You can draw that sketch. This is price. This is quantity. So demand sketch yake inakujanga hivi na supply sketch yake inaendanga hivi. So this point is what we are referring as equilibrium. Then this is the supply function. This is the demand function. So this equilibrium price, this is the equilibrium quantity. Equilibrium price, this equilibrium quantity. So in this equation A, P is then the price, A represents the constant or fixed cost. Then B represents the variable cost. Variable cost. The Q represents the quantity. Quantities. Number 2, analysis of cost. Analysis of cost. Analysis of cost. Analysis of cost is saying. So number 1 was analysis of demand and supply. Number 2, analysis of cost. Analysis of cost. Analysis of cost. Analysis of cost. We say in the analysis of cost, the linear equation is written as cost is equal to fixed cost plus variable cost. Fixed cost plus variable cost. Fixed cost plus variable cost. So this variable cost represents the change in cost per unit, okay? While this one is fixed. Hapo iko sawa? Ukifungua duka, kitu kama rent, hiyo itakuwa tu fixed. Unalipa kila mwezi, itakuwa tu a certain amount, ama mshahara, okay? Hiyo utakuwa unalipa tu a certain amount. Then variable cost, hizo vitu utakuwa unanunua kitu na bei yake, okay? So hizo vinamba utakuwa unanunua, then V is the cost of that item. So whereby you say C, you say there C is the total cost. C the total cost. Then F, the fixed cost. Then V, the variable cost per unit. Variable cost per unit. Then X, the number of cost, the number of units. Number of units. Number of units. The number of units. The number of units. You say a cost is called fixed. A cost is called fixed if the total amount does not change. If the total amount does not change. If the total amount does not change, as the number of units produced changes. If the total amount does not change as the number of units produced changes. E.g., we have rent, salaries, etc. Have rent, salary, etc. Fixed costs are not expressed as per unit base. Fixed costs are not expressed as per unit base. Variable cost is the one that changes as the number of units produced changes. E.g., we have material cost, e.g., material cost, labor cost, etc. Material cost, labor cost, etc. Number 3, computation of revenue. Computation revenue. Computation of revenue. We say revenue is the amount. Revenue is the amount of money obtained when more than one unit are sold. Revenue is the amount of money obtained when more than one unit is sold. A linear equation is expressed by revenue is equal to A as PX, A plus PX, where R is revenue, total revenue, A, E, X. Here R is total revenue. A is a constant, which is always 0. A is a constant, which is always 0. P is the selling price per unit. Selling price per unit. And X, number of units sold. Number units sold. Number of units sold. Number 4, computation of profit. Computation of profit. Profit. Computation. Profit. So profit kwa calculus tulikuwa tunasema profit is equal to yes, total revenue minus total cost. Total revenue minus total cost, okay? Yeah, total revenue minus total cost. Na total revenue tumesema inapeanwa na which equation? A plus PX, okay? Minus total cost inapeanwa na which equation? F plus VX. You get that. You get that. So when profit is expressed in terms of sales, when profit is expressed in terms of sale, writing, bado na copy hiyo. When profit is expressed in terms of sale is called margin. When profit is expressed in terms of sale is called margin. It's always given N M. Margin, margin, margin. Margin, N over M, or profit per sale times 100%. Profit over sale times 100%. Okay. Another point. When profit is expressed in terms of cost, is known as a markup. When profit is expressed in terms of cost, is known as a markup. Whereby, say N markup is equal to cost is equal to profit per cost times 100 times 100 times 100. Times 100. So to express a margin in form of a markup, to express a margin to a markup is always equal to N minus M over, it is M minus N, M minus N over M, N minus M over M, N minus M over M. Hii ni mbaya, sio hivi. Express, it's always equal to N over M minus N. Then margin, markup to a margin is equal to N over M plus N, N over M plus N. Whereby if this N is a percentage, N is a percentage, N is a percentage value, while M is always 100%. M is always 100%. M is always 100%. Example, you write, if the markup is 20%, if the markup is 20%, 20%, then the margin will be, example, if the markup is 20%, then find the margin, So you apply the formula, the formula. So how do you convert this? Utaambiwa hapa 20%, so utachukua hiyo markup, margin to markup to margin. So itakuwa N over M plus N. So itakuwa 20 over 100 plus 20. Itakuwa ngapi? 20 over 20, which is equal to 1 over 6, 1 over 6, 1 over 6. 6. So na margin and from and to, if margin is 30%, what is markup? If margin is 30%, what is markup? Margin and find the markup. Kwa ngapi? Calculate the formula. So margin to markup equivalent to n wa m minus n. So itakuwa n ni 30, n m ni 100 minus 30 itakuwa ngapi? 30 over 70. 30 over 70. 30 over 70. Tuko pamoja? Tuko pamoja? Tuendelee. The point at which the total revenue is equal to the total cost. The point at which the total revenue is equal to the total cost the profit is equal to 0 and it is known as a break-even point. And it's known as a break-even point. It's known as a break-even point. So you can illustrate, you say, at break-even point, revenue is equal to cost and profit is equal to 0. Revenue is equal to cost and profit is equal to 0. Then you continue saying, the break-even point in unit can be determined in 3 ways. The break-even point in unit can be determined in 3 ways. Can be determined in 3 ways. Number 1, the break-even point can be determined in 3 ways. Number 1, using quadratic formula. Quadratic formula making x the subject of the formula. Whereby we said x is equal to quadratic formula negative b plus or minus square root of a OSE over 2. So shika hiyo quadratic formula, okay? Shika hiyo itakusaidia sana. Number 2, using the formula of break-even point in unit. Number 2, using formula of break-even point in unit. Whereby is equal to fixed cost. We divide by variable contribution margin, which is price minus selling price minus cost price or variable price. Fixed cost over PV, where P is the selling price, V is the cost price per unit. Number 3, Roman 3. Use of graphical representation. Graphical presentation. I.e. in y-axis, in x-axis. So ukianza biashara, nataka kuelewa hii graph. If you are going to start a business, okay, you must invest some money, okay? Some money we are calling fixed cost, okay? Kama hiyo ya kulipa rent, kufanya nini, hiyo utainvest lakini hakutakuwa na profit. Is that okay? So hiyo pesa utanini, hii margin yote tutaikuwa hapa na itakuwa fixed cost, okay? Hii itakuwa line of the fixed cost. Itakuwa hapo fixed cost, lakini itarani hapa hakuna profit yote unaani. Is that okay? Then from there, after spending that fixed cost kulipa rent na kufanya nini, so utaanza kununua some stocks yenye sasa utakuwa unauza inakuletea pesa. Is that okay? So hiyo ndio tunaita sasa variable cost. So hii ni line of variable cost. Na hii ni line of fixed cost, okay? Then ukuja kuanza kuuza, tumesema the equation of selling ilikuwa revenue is equal to A plus BX, okay? Where A is always equal to 0. A is always equal to 0. Unaanzia hapa kwa 0 sasa, hapa kwa 0 ukianza kuuza, ushatumia pesa imeisha, si ndio? Utaanzia hapa kuuza. So unaenda ukipanda. Hii sasa ni revenue function. Hiyo ni revenue function. Inaenda hivyo. Unaandika hapo revenue function. Then ukianza kuuza, uwezi anza kuuza hapa. Ya. Ndio hii ni straight line revenue. Sio function I mean. But also is straight line not a function. Then revenue. Then hali zinakutana sasa. Hapo sasa ndio utaanza kumake nini? Profit. Hapo ndio utaanza kumake nini? Profit, okay? That's where unaanza kumake profit. Hapa hivi profit hapa is equal to 0. Hapa ndio tunaita break even point. Where the revenue is equal to the cost. Tuko pamoja. And then profit line hiyo itatokea na huku kwa negative, huku inatokea huku chini. Ulikuwa na make loss mpaka venye utafika hapa sasa mahali utaanza ku make profit. Tuko pamoja? So hii inaitwa profit function. Profit line. So all this, hii yote hii mpaka mahali zinakutania hapa, hii inaitwa loss area. Hiyo ilikuwa loss area. Loss yenye ulikuwa na make. Then the other side, hii yote inaitwa profit area. The other part inaitwa profit area. Those are the three formula of finding. Those are the three formula of finding the break-even point. So we can look at an example. example. Naambiwa, right, a farm sells a single product for $65 per unit. A farm sells a single product for $65 per unit. Farm sells a single product for $65 per unit. The variable costs are 20%. The variable costs are 20 and 27.5, and a fixed cost of 100,000 and a fixed cost of 100,000. Construct the profit function. Construct the profit function in terms of x. Construct the profit function in terms of x, where x represents the number of units produced or sold. Construct the profit function in terms of x, where x represents the number of units produced or sold. Then Roman 2, what profit is earned if annual sale is 200,000 units? What profit is earned if the number of units produced X is 200,000 units? So, solution. If the number of units sold is 200,000 units, 200,000 units. In terms of X, where X represents the number of units produced or sold. Another question, what profit is earned if annual sales are 200,000 units? Solution, mesema profit is equivalent to total revenue minus total cost. Okay? So tumepewa hapo total revenue. To find the total revenue is always equal to price, selling price multiplied by number of units sold. So itakuwa P tumepewa ni ngapi? Our P in that question is what? Selling price is 65 shillings. Selling price is 65 shillings. Kwa 65 shillings, okay? So na unit sold tumeambiwa ni ngapi? Unit sold quantity tumeambiwa ni X. Tumeambiwa hivyo, X represent the number of units produced or sold, okay? So profit itakuwa 65 multiplied by X, hapa itakuwa na 65X, okay? Then total cost is always equal to fixed cost plus variable cost. So fixed cost tumeambiwa ni ngapi? 100,000 plus variable cost tumepewa mara mbili. Is that okay? So the first one is 20 multiplied by unit which are X, plus second one is 27.5 multiplied by X to get the total variable cost. So itakuwa ngapi? 1,000 plus itakuwa 47.5X. So total function, profit function, itakuwa is equal to total revenue minus total cost, which is equivalent to 65x minus into bracket 1,000, 100,000 plus 47.5x. So we open with the negative, itakuwa 65x minus 1,000, 100,000 minus 47.5x. So collect like term, huwa 65 minus 47.5, napata ngapi? 19.5. 17.5x minus 1,000. So that's the profit function. That's the profit function. That's the profit function. Then Roman 2, part 2 of the question. Tumeambiwa profit when x is equal to 20. So find profit when x is equal to 200,000. So utakuja uchukue profit function is equal to 17.5 minus 100,000. So replace up 17.5 times 200,000 minus 100,000. Itakupatia ngapi? What's our profit? 17.5. We calculator. Yani elewa kwanza ndio uandike. Tumia calculator. Utapata ni ngapi? Yes. 2.4. 3.4 million. Yeah, 3.4. 3,400,000. The profit in shilling. That's the profit in shilling. Yeah. Example 2. Example 2. A company manufactures a product which it sells at shilling 500 per unit. A company manufactures a product which it sells at shilling 500 per unit. Shilling 500 per unit. The fixed cost associated with the production, is shilling 1.8 million. And the variable cost of producing each unit is shilling 200 shilling. Required total revenue equation. And 2, the total cost equation. And lastly, the break number of unit. The break number of unit. The break number of unit. Solution. Tumeambiwa our P selling price is 500, okay? Shilling 500. So our V is shilling 200. This is the cost. The cost per unit is 200. Then tumeambiwa fixed cost. Fixed cost ngapi? $1.8 million, okay? So umeambiwa number one, the profit function, the profit function, the profit function. So profit function, umeambiwa the total revenue function. So total revenue is equivalent to price multiplied by number of unit, So hapa hatuna, so let the number of unit be x. Let the number of unit be x, whereby you say we are taking 500 multiplied by x, whereby itakuwa 500x. 500x. That's the total revenue function. That's the total revenue function. Then Roman 2, total cost. Total cost function itakuwa fixed cost plus variable cost Fixed cost tuko nayo is 1,800 plus variable cost tumepewa 200 multiplied by number of unit x. So itakuwa 1,800,000 plus 200x. 200x. So Roman 3, we are told about the break even, okay? What units are required to break even? Hapo tuko sawa? Tunajua at break even point, profit is equal to 0. Hapo tuko sawa? And profit is always equal to total revenue minus total cost. So insert the two equations. So 0 is equal to 500x minus 1,000 to bracket 1,000 plus 200x. So unaweza open your bracket. Open your bracket useme 500x minus 1,500,000 minus 200x equal to 0. So collect like term. Hii na itakuwa 500x minus 200x is equal to 1,500,000. So hii itakuwa ngapi? 300x equal to 1,500,000. Divided by 300, divided by 300. So x alone is equal to, hii inaenda, hii 1, hii inaenda 6,000 units. Collect like term. Tumefungua hii nini na bracket, hii negative. Si total revenue, profit is equal to total revenue minus total cost. So we always open with this negative here. Umeelewa? Yeah, we always open with the negative down there. Kuna swali hapa. Illustration 3 or example 3. A company. Dorcas, uko na swali? Usiogope kuuliza ndio kuelewa, sawa? Wapi una shida? Lauren, tuko pamoja? Nani uliambia vitu Lucy? Karo, tuko pamoja? Yeah. Ndika a company, illustration 3, a company make a single product with a total capacity of 400,000 liters per annum. A company make a single product with a total capacity of 4,000 liters per annum. Cost and sale data are as follows. Cost and sale data are as follows. The selling price is shilling 1. Selling price is shilling per liter. 1 shilling per liter. Then marginal cost is shilling 0.5 liter. Then fixed cost is shilling 100,000. Required draw a tradition break-even chart. Draw a tradition break-even chart showing the likely profit at the expected production level. Showing the likely profit at the expected production level of 3,000 liters. 300,000 liters. Profit, an expected production level of 300,000 liters. $300,000 liters. So first of all, we can calculate the break-even point, okay? First of all, we can calculate the break-even point. Tupate ni lita ngapi zinafaa kufanya nini? Break even. Then we can see if this 4,000 na make profit ama I make profit. Because we have selling price and we have a marginal cost. Hapo tuko sawa? So break-even point solution. Break-even point profit is equal to 0, okay? So we take total cost. Total cost itakuwa profit is equal to total cost, total revenue minus total cost. So total revenue tumepewa ni 1 shilling multiplied by how many output per year? Tumepewa ni 400,000, okay? Minus total revenue. Total revenue hapo tumepewa ni 100,000. Total cost 100,000, fixed cost. Then we are adding on the marginal cost, which is 0.5 multiplied by what? Multiplied by 4,000, the number of units produced. The number of liters produced. So hapo itakuwa ngapi? 400,000 minus hii na hii itakuwa kwa 200 ama ngapi? Hii itakuwa 200 plus hii itakuwa ngapi? Kuna calculator na mtaki kupeana jibu. So break unit itakuwa 1000 liter. Break unit itakuwa 1000 liter. Hiyo ndio itakuwa break unit. Kwa 1000, so we can draw so hii itakuwa viacha tuweke jamali draw output in liters. Output in liters. Then huku akaongea liters in thousands. So hii itakuwa 0, 50, 100, 150, 200, 250, 300, 350, and 400. Itakuwa profit. Huku itakuwa profit in shilling in thousand. So itakuwa ngapi? 100, 200, 300, 400, 500. So negative pia zitakuwa hapo 100, 200, 300. Tuanze as usual. Tuko na fixed cost. Fixed cost ni 1000, fixed cost ni 100. So hiyo ni itaanzia hapa. Hii yote hii line yote ni ya fixed cost. Hakuna kitu atakuwa na gain fixed cost. Then kuanzia hapo sasa ndiye ataanza kuspend hiyo variable cost. So itakuwa hii itakuja hivi. Hiyo ni variable cost. Variable cost. Then profit, revenue cost itaanzia hapa as usual. Itaanzia hapa. Mahali inakatia nafaa ikate at the break even point which is at 100,000 unit. Hapo ndio inafaa ikate. Mahali inakatia inafaa iwe 100,000 unit. Hapo tuko sawa? So your scaling inafaa iende hivyo. Mahali inakata the break even point where the hii nini na nini hapo ndio inafaa kuwa 100. Nafikiria wewe utachora hivyo. Tuko salama? Hii kama tunaelewana. Hii break even ni mahali profit function ina meet the variable cost function. Hapo iko sawa? So mahali nakata hapa, mahali nakata ndio inafaa ikuwe 100,000 liters. Tumepata hapo hivyo. So wewe utascale venye inaweza kujiscalisha ikupatie 100,000 liters. Hiyo ndio break even point, okay? Hiyo ndio break even point. Then profit pia kwa nini yako utachora, utaona ni profit gani na break even or which amount is that for break even. Kwa hiyo nini utasoma kwa hiyo scale yako. So this one you call it revenue function. This one is variable cost, variable cost. So hii tumesema ni profit area. Hii tumesema ni profit area. Then hii tumesema ni loss area. Hii ni loss area. Hapa break even point. Break even point hapa itakuwa break even profit. Break even profit. Hapa itakuwa break even what? Quantity. Break even quantity. Then profit function itaanzia huku chini, mahali popote itaanzia, itakuja paka ikate hapa kwa hiyo line ikipanda sasa. From hapo ndio itakuwa inaanza sasa, hiyo itaita profit function. Hii area this area is called marginal safety. Hii area ya kutoka hapa paka hapa ita marginal safety. This area is called marginal safety. Ni variable cost ili inakuja commit na fixed cost inaitwa total cost. Variable cost iko wapi? Ndio hii. Ili inakuja commit na hii ita total cost. So, acha tufanye example moja pia ya markup na margin, tutoke huko. Kwa pamoja. So write example 4. Trader buys an article at shilling 100. A trader buys an article at shilling 100. He later sells it at shilling 125. Required. Express the profit as a percentage of cost, and then express the profit as a percentage of sales. Express a percentage as a percentage of cost, and then express a profit as a percentage of sale. Mbiwa, so profit itakuwa ngapi? Kwa revenue minus cost. Profit is equal revenue minus cost, whereby revenue ni ngapi hapo? Kwa hiyo swali, revenue ni ngapi? Hiyo mnaweza jifanyia. Mko sawa? So 25 tumeambiwa Roman 1 express profit in term of cost. Then Roman 2 express profit in term of sale. So itakuwa markup is equal to cost profit over cost times 100. So itakuwa ngapi? 25 over 5 over 100 multiplied by 100. Itakupatia ngapi? 25%. So margin we say we convert like what? Unachukua markup n m plus n. Sio ndio ilikuwa formula? So you take 25 over 100 plus 25. So itakuwa 25 over 125. So ukitaka kwa percentage unaweza multiply na 100 patie percentage. Hapa 1, hapa 5, hapa 1, hapa 20. So itakuwa 20%. Question 2. Uko pamoja? Naelewa ama zinapita? Ama tuangalie kwa karatasi. So fungua karatasi yako. Fungua karatasi yako. August 2022. August 2022. August 2022, question 2C, question 2C. August 2022, question 2C. Naambiwa Benson Munyasya sells a 90 mobile phone at a total price of this. He makes a profit of 30% on cost price of all mobile phone. The selling price per mobile phone is the same as for each of the phone required. The cost price for all the mobile phone. The cost price for all the mobile phone. August 2021, question 1 2C. August 2021. So how do you tackle Roman 1? Tuambiwa the cost price for all mobile phone. So ukiangalia hapo tumepewa sell, tumepewa sell. So sales tuko nayo, sales ni ngapi? 3,952,000, okay? That's the sell. The sell. Tuache kuandika tuelewe kwanza. Then tumeambiwa he make a profit of 30% on cost. He make a profit of 30% on cost. Hiyo ni nini? Is that a markup or a margin? Isa? Yes. How many say it's a margin? Hands up. Wangapi wanasema margin? Anzia hapo. Yes. 1. Na Dorcas, so unasema ni nini? Yeah. Unasema ni markup ama margin? Sema na nguvu, acha kuuma maneno. Caro, markup. Florence, Dorcas. Yes. When neutral, okay? So we said a profit on cost. Profit on cost is called markup. Profit on cost is called markup. But then hapa tumepewa sales, hatujapewa cost. Is that okay? So we need to convert this markup to a margin. We need to convert this markup to a margin so that we find the percentage of the profit in this amount. Is that okay? So we transform a markup to a margin. Is always equal to n over m plus n. So our n is 30 over m. M ni 100 plus 30. So itakuwa 30 over 130. So hiyo ndio margin. So hiyo ndio profit yenye iko hapa yenye tunaweza pata hapa. So profit is equivalent to 395,000 multiplied by 30 over 130. Ufanye hesabu upate, utapata profit ya ngapi? Utapata profit ya ngapi? $912,000, okay? 912,000. So na tunajua, we know that profit is always equal to total revenue minus total cost. Tuko sawa? So profit tuko nayo ni 912,000. Revenue tuko nayo ni 3,952,000. Then tunatafuta total cost. So collect like sum. Total cost iende huko, profit iende huko. So total cost equal 3952,000 minus 912. Tatupatia ngapi? 40,000. So hiyo ndio total cost yenye walikuwa wanataka. Kwa pamoja? Number 2, Roman 2. Average cost per mobile phone. Roman 2, average cost. Average cost mobile phone. Cost, tutachukua total cost divided by number of units, which is equivalent to 3040 divided by how many? 90. What all there were 190. So utapata ni ngapi? Alikuwa nanunua simu moja na ngapi? 16,000 shilling. 16,000 shilling. Then lastly, the number of mobile phone he must sell in order to make a profit of 150,000 and 171. Number 3, the selling price per mobile phone. Sasa hiyo ni rahisi sana. So selling price per mobile phone, tutachukua total sale divided by number of unit. Kwa 395200 divided by number of unit 19. Itakuwa ngapi? 190. Itakuwa ngapi? 2800. Ama ungechukua hii 16,000, then you add profit plus profit. Profit per mobile phone itakuwa 912,000 divided by 190. Unaadi hapo, it still give you the same thing. Ufanya uone profit per mobile phone hadi kwa itakupatia 2800. Yeah, so that is the formula. Then ambiwa the profit, the number of phone he has to sell to get 150,000, profit of 150 to 171,600. Okay, so utakuja ucalculate kwanza the number of mobile phone that are needed to be sold to get this, and then this, then utaandika kama range. So itakuwa 150. You know that profit is equal to total cost minus total revenue minus total cost. Okay, so 150 is equal to total revenue inapeanwaje? What the formula of getting total revenue? Yes, revenue tunapata aje? Selling price times number of units. So selling price per unit tuko nayo ni ngapi? 2800. Okay, so let the number of units be x minus total cost tuko nayo, total selling price per cost price per unit ni 16,000 x. So tuko sawa? So itakuwa ngapi? Itakuwa hasa 150,000 equal to, hii ni 4,800x divided by 4,800x divided by 4,800. So x alone is equal to kwa ngapi? So 31.6 is our quantity, we put it a whole number, itakuwa 32. Okay, 32 phones. And then to get hii profit pia tutaweka hapo 171,600 is equivalent to 2800x minus 16,000x, which is 171,600 is equal to 4,800x. So x alone is equal to 171,600 divided by 4,800. Tatupatia ngapi? 36. So number of phone required is between 32 to 36 phone. 32 to 36 phones. Tuko pamoja? So trick ni hapa kuelewa hii mambo ya markup na margin. Markup na margin itakusaidia sana kwa maswali mingi kwa hii karatasi. Nifanyie hii haraka haraka. Niangalie. Maliza copy. So fanya hii. A trader enda kwa May 2018 question 3B. Uifanya haraka haraka, nataka kuangalia. Mshafanya. May 2018 question 3C. Question 3B, not C. Umemaliza Karo? Umemaliza, umepata ngapi? What the answer? Yes, answer ni gani? Naambiwa ilikuwa mwaka gani? May 2018, question 3B. A trader purchased 125 books at a total of this. The trader wishes to make 40% on a selling price. Hiyo ni, is it a margin or a markup? 40% is margin, is a margin. But then we are given that he purchased 125 books at the total cost of 700 and 400. So hii total cost, hii ni cost na hii ni margin. So we must look at the expression of a profit in cost. So we convert this margin to a markup. Convert this margin to a markup. So margin to a markup is equal to m minus n. So itakuwa 40 over 100 minus 40. So itakuwa 40 over 60. Hiyo ndio profit. So naambiwa require the selling price per book. The selling price per book. So profit yenye atamake kwa hii pesa itakuwa 11,400 multiplied by 4 over 6. Takupatia ngapi? Takupatia ngapi? 600. 7,600. So selling price unajua profit is equal to total revenue minus total cost, okay? So revenue profit tuko nayo ni 7,600 is equal total revenue minus total cost tuko nayo ni 11,400. So collect like term itakuwa 7,600 plus 11,400 equal total revenue. Hapo tuko sasa itakuwa 19,000 equal total revenue, total selling. So one tumeambiwa the selling price per book. So selling price per book is equal to 19,000 divided by number of books that he bought, which were 125. Atauza ngapi? 152 shilling. Yes, madam. Umemultiply na? Yeah. Ni the same too. Tutafuta buying price which was umefanya 140, okay? Multiply by divide by 125 takuwa ngapi? 91.2, okay? Then kwa hii ndio buying price, lakini anataka kumake hiyo hii 4 over 6, okay? Profit per book anataka kumake hii 91, anataka kumake profit ya 4 over 6. Hiyo profit itakuwa ngapi? 60.8. Hiyo ndio profit anataka kumake kwa hiyo kitabu. So the selling price of one book itakuwa 192 plus 60.8, bado itakupatia 152. So whichever the mean, ile unaona rahisi ni sawa. But the main aim here ni convert margin to markup. Ukisikia profit on cost, hiyo ni markup. Ukisikia profit on sale, hiyo ni margin. Tuko pamoja? So next time tutaanza kuangalia hiyo application of wages, tuangalia application of tax, then application on the discount and depreciation and appreciation. Hizo ndio tutafanya in next class. So I wish you a good day. Ukuwe na Mashujaa Day mzuri.